A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move that has raised concerns about press freedom, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced on May 23, 2025, that journalists will now be required to have official escorts to access most areas of the Pentagon. This decision comes amid a series of restrictions imposed by the Trump administration on media access to military information and facilities. The new rules, which take effect immediately, restrict credentialed reporters from entering the Department of Defense headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, unless they have received official approval and are accompanied by an escort. Hegseth justified the measures in a memorandum, stating, "While the department remains committed to transparency, the department is equally obligated to protect classified intelligence and sensitive information, the unauthorized disclosure of which could put the lives of U.S. service members in danger." He emphasized that safeguarding classified national intelligence and operational security is an unwavering imperative for the department. However, the Pentagon Press Association, which represents journalists covering the U.S. military, has condemned the new rules as a direct attack on the freedom of the press. They argue that the Pentagon Press Corps has maintained access to non-secured, unclassified areas for decades, even under the scrutiny following the September 11, 2001 attacks. Without any significant operational security concerns raised by Department of Defense leadership. The Pentagon has not yet responded to requests for comments from the Press Association regarding their statement. The backdrop of this decision includes ongoing tensions within the Trump administration, particularly after President Trump returned to office in January. Since then, the Pentagon has initiated an investigation into leaks that have already resulted in 3 officials being placed on administrative leave. Additionally, legacy media organizations like the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, and NBC News have been required to vacate their Pentagon office spaces as part of a new rotation system that favors media outlets perceived as more aligned with the Trump administration. The administration claims this rotation is intended to provide other media outlets with the opportunity to report as resident members of the press corps. In a broader context, the Trump administration has also introduced lie detector tests to investigate unclassified leaks, threatening Department of Homeland Security officials with termination if they refuse to take these tests. The White House has made it clear that President Trump will not tolerate leaks to the media and insists that federal employees who leak information should be held accountable. Hegseth's memorandum also stipulates that members of the Pentagon Press Corps must acknowledge their responsibility to protect national intelligence and sensitive information. They will be issued new credentials that will more prominently identify them as members of the press. The memo concludes with a promise of forthcoming announcements regarding additional security measures and enhanced scrutiny over the issuance of credentials. As this situation unfolds, many are left questioning the balance between national security and the essential role of a free press in a democratic society. The implications of these restrictions could have far-reaching effects on the ability of journalists to report on military activities and government transparency. As the debate continues, it is clear that the relationship between the Trump administration and the media remains fraught with tension and challenges, raising important questions about the future of press freedom in the United States. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.